Hello, my name is Will Llorens, and this is my wonderful wife, Marcia. We've been married for 21 years, and just by God's mercy, we have two wonderful boys. Christopher, 19, Mark is 17, and both of them, so fortunately, are faithful men of God and are disciples, and are really trying to put God first in their life. But that hasn't always been the case. It's been a very hard ride at times to really help them grow in their own convictions, their own love for God, their own desire to seek after God's ways versus the pulls of the world. Especially with our oldest, he was going through a very difficult time in high school. And he heard about an opportunity to go to Alaska on a Hope Youth Corps. And I think one of the pulls for him was being able to go off on his own to a faraway land without his parents. I think just the independent part of that really drew him versus, I'll say, the servant part. But he went and flourished. He came back such a different person with a softer heart, a tenderness, a love for God. And he since has been making very active changes to really become more Christ-centered in his life. And so we are thrilled to be here in the Philippines with them. Let Marcia share from.
Yeah, I think for our family, it's always been a dream for the four of us to go and serve together. Chris has done it in Alaska, Mark has done it in Honduras, he's done it in Bolivia, he's done it in Colorado. And then this opportunity came up for all four of us to be here in the Philippines to spend Christmas, where Christmas is not going to be focused on us, but focused on serving and giving others. And it's really important for our two boys to have other influence other than us. They've kind of outgrown our influence to a certain extent, but it's really important that they have other men and other women that they can relate to who are here wanting to give and wanting to serve. And it was really great to see them form relationships and friendships with other young men, a little older than themselves in campus ministry and as singles, and to just have role models. And for that, I'm really grateful for Hope Youth Corps and just how it has really impacted them and they've been able to form the relationships that they have now. And they continue to keep the relationships that they have formed in the past youth corps. So I would definitely recommend, please come out. Please send your sons and your daughters and help them to really grow and flourish in a different environment, a different situation.
You know, I think as well, it's so needed in our lives to continue to work on having our hearts softened versus being hardened by just the pulls of life, especially for us in the United States, the godless-centered part of the world. And it is so important to have a thing that can really help soften our hearts. And we're thrilled to be united here for Christmas and to share that with our family. And our prayer is that we'll just continue to grow closer to God and one another. But if you have boys especially, I want to encourage you to figure out a way to help send them on a youth corps. You will be eternally grateful, and I know there will be too.